isa cia Vilingi wa Mauvoo.
Vilingi wa Mauvoo
ala tukumbanisye ni vamwe na
Rigathi Gachagua kwaseka na Kenya na vinye muno ni utongoi wa Ruto umiani wa koti na uitini. Amwe mwatavania mwingi kuliana na mutalatala wa kuongelelwa kwa miaka ya utongoi. Mwanya wa munini wa Musumbi kwikwatiwa kumanika kwambia wake liukite koti ya umya utuwayo. Na enendi kitui kwa siava na inavata wa serikali kwambia kuelesia enendi wala nyo washa mbewa kuosa itambia na yuwe.
Vilingi wa Mauvoo.
Leo ninaitwa nambani ya ili tatu kenda mwitano kana mtandaoni wa Facebook ni Mutongoi TV. Na tuambeleli munini wa Musumbi mongudoleke vilani Rigathi Gachagua ni wasakana a Kenya nimekuwa myavinyi kumuno kumana na utongoi wa Musumbi William Ruto nundu wa umya munene wa koti na maundu ma uiti kuivuilwa ni maweku. Ainde na tathini taudhaithi kaundile ya Kiambu. Gachagua ni wakula kanisa ovo ya President Ruto na ulakwa oyuminite kuolota minister wosese iwande nikithure Kindiki tawe munini wake. Joseph Kitheka ni watumbanisia Mauvoo.
Munini wa President Munguduleke Vilani mbunge Rigathi Gachagua ni wakulia a Kenya mamuvoye munombosi wake William Ruto atongwesie nthi undu vailite ahilwa muti uthukumi muthuku wa witi wa mwenendi undu mona kuvinya mwenendi kwa maundu ma umya wa koti.
We want to ask the people of Kenya to remain peaceful, and we want to ask the people of Kenya to pray for our president Dr. William Ruto, to give him wisdom to navigate the challenges affecting the Kenyan people. Our people are feeling helpless because of economic adversities, because of overtaxation.
Ainene kanisa ni umwe kwa Kiambu. Gachagua ni wawetakana enendi tamande na ikumbilwa ni maundu maito kavindani ka kuweta tauna molotile ula minister wa Mauvoo wa nthini Professor Kithure Kindiki mwanya ni usu wa munini wa president na president awina kivalua kiito kimwetelete cha kwika.
And the president has a big job to do. We want to ask prayers for him, for God to give him wisdom, so that the people of Kenya can get some relief as they go about their businesses.
Ndeto sia Gachagua siyoka mithenya mivuthu wa kuvitangwa kwake vala uneana mutula muti President William Ruto kwa kuweta tauna mvunyaniye na takindu tesekana no eso mwika muthenya ona umwe.
I didn't know President William Ruto can be that vicious. I am shocked by how vicious a man I helped to be president, a man that I believed in, a man that I was persecuted when supporting him, could be so vicious against me when I'm literally fighting for my life in hospital. How cruel can a man be? You know, as we speak today, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Rigathi Gachagua, has no single security officer around him.
Itina wakuma sivitali valo na itia wa itina wakuiwa na iya mituki Rigathi Gachagua nuna wetikana nuna senye muno ona itina wakuitha aungamiti na vindi ya muongo na President William Ruto kuona kiki ende aliailie ahiwe takedhape kindu kithuku kitonyagika kwa kina family yake. President William Ruto ni wailite ukulwa.
Do whatever you want, but please, Mr. President, I beg you, don't kill us. Don't kill my children. You have caused me enough pain for the last 1 year. Please leave me alone.
Kavindani kunake President Ruto laitambukite uthaithini kanisani wa Our Lady of Fatima Catholic Church la Moibeni la ikaundini ya Uasin Gishu niwoneka ilionene ya maundu meukonyeka wake na munini wake na vandu vake akulia atongwe makwatane vamwe na mayeka na ndiro sitona kuwania enendi.
Na wauliza sisi wote hasa tuliopata baraka ya kuwa viongozi tujue sisi ni watumishi na tumepata nafasi na baraka ya kuwa viongozi. Tujue sisi sio viongozi ndio tunufaike ama ndio tupate umaarufu. Sisi ni viongozi ndio tuwatumikie wananchi hawa na manufaa ifikie kila Mkenya. Tufanye bidii tuunganishe wananchi wote wa taifa letu la Kenya. And that is why I will not relent in making sure that we unite all the people of Kenya in our quest and in our mission to transform our nation and to have a prosperous, peaceful, and God-fearing nation. We don't come to church to do or to look for politics. Sisi tunaelewa mahali ya kutafutana na masiasa na makura. Tukikuja kanisani, tunakuja kwa sababu tuko na mpango ya kwenda mbinguni. Yes. And we are very unapologetic about our faith in God.
Joseph Kitekangili vote Vilingi wa Mauvoo, Mutongoi TV.
Vena vata wa serikali kwithukisia wase wa NND na muno ivindani hii NND manaumise mawoni makulena na mutalatala olona thakitwe mbungeni ya Senate ni Senator wa Nandi Samson Cherargei wa kuongelangwa kwa miaka ya utongo ya ndongo ilanza kuwe kuma miaka 5 kui miaka muonza ni uneni wa amwe matongo imama kanisa musini wa mwingi vala meweta ethi wa NND ni mali andile na ki vaivata wa serikali kuthingisya NND mitalatala mate kwenda kulilikanwa kana makili ma NND ni mali andile na kungudhulo tongo ini kwa munini wa President Rigathi Gachagua na valaki kiatwaiwe kuvetangwa kwake ofisini wa Deputy President Lina Musangi na Mauvoo.
Mwana tongo ya mama kanisa ni maumania kwa vanene tambea kwenda kuongelango miaka ya utongo hii. Kuma miaka 5 muvikia miaka monza wala matula mute musumbe William Ruto kwa kwethia. Kenya mena evinda yumu kumana na utongo imudhu kuma uwetanzi iya Kenya tai kwenda mboya kwa wingi.
Ni kwethia wala tuvikie ndi ya Kenya ni kwenda mboya. Nondo maundu wala makwe kwa mekwa siendo kinyume na matarajio kana we kwatyo wana nasya andu ala makune ya wakula makune iwe kula ni kana maumia mathina mandu lakini kubikabu andu inge ne makwetie maliko tongo ine ne makwetie kwika maundu mo tuyesi kana ne mabika bandu kesa kwithia ne mekwisonene ya kwiyongela miaka eno ya tongo miaka monza keundi kuona chailete
ndutwaiswe undubailite na pia andu maingi kuno katika mashinani nimeukiba kuma utongo ini wakati kuthea ona mashinani onamo maina umilua undu maundu mailie katika kuma utongo wa yulu kuunye ni asya ndino nikana ikuthana utongo iwawo utongo iwaile ni kurekebishwa kwambia yulu
Watauni maenda tongo imetha moto ise utati wawuo onduma na kumathukuma inenze undu vaile na muno ivinda yinse ikumbilitwe ni mathina maingi kuyanana namo.
No bitha ndeto ila uko ni wakula na ila wako ni wakula wishoka uyambe onena sindu utavangite miaka monza ni ntinzio serikali neno na nthino ya Kenya ni kwithia andu ni mokiba na kuvikabu andu ni makibete that na miaka ele na andu ingi maeme na thina mwingi ki miaka monza bikandu metha makwie ni kwithia kwina thei ni tuboya na ni tukwisoba nthino ya Kenya methwe mena wasi makwika sindu meke sindu sitenda kwibithania ni kwithia andu ma Kenya ni makwenda uwo ni makwenda olawo na wetha tukanena olawo tukendania na andu manthi lakini tuemone na olawo penda kukiba kwingi
Nimenda wase wa mwenenzi wikiwe maanani muno na vala Kenya manaleani na mutalatala uo kwa kilame uweto kuongelomeka kwa tongo itakumavinyia enenzi.
Watu ikwenda, tuithi watu yase ni tualea, tondo yu aingi tumane kulita pastors ona makanisani mease ni malete. Na nibe uthi paka binduanwe, ukethia vetuika toisie yes, ila toisie no. Kwa tuenda, edhiwani no, maitoa muswada kana andendi toisie no. Na muno ithwe yu ala ingi takanisa ni ula nithaithie takanisa langu tabana sia uvo monthe maise ni no nituleile undu wa kuongela miaka ni kwithiwa undusu ethiwani tukaya na enendi ni meuluma kwina miaka ino itano yukathela nundi kwithiwa ona serikali ina maundu make kwithiwa masindikite miaka teli tayu kinegani example na miaka itile 3 mekiambia siasa na mekiambia kwenda kuongela miaka ona tuiba sana kunenea 2027 kwao ndona ukulia serikali na tongo yonde na onde avukumima makanisa onde pastors tuungame na olawo na pamwe na shirika
alama kuneye kula no ililikana kulila makuneye ndetu ila waneni ndo anene akongolo miaka wanene ye kutwa isi ande nambe ndino ina thina mwingi muno na ndino ni kwenda ngai
kuma kanisani wa GRC Mwingi kaunti na Kitwingu. Ripoti ya Vilingi wa Mauvoo ni Lina Musangi.
Na tuisonga na mbele mwana wa munini wa President OU utona kumanikanesa wikalilo nukimi ya wakwambia wakeli ukite koti wa yulu umia utuyo wayo no kana kuvetanga muvuvu na ofisini katikati wa dhukumi wa munini wa President unangudululwe Rigathi Gachagua na munini wa President Molote Professor Kithure Kindiki. President William Ruto kwa vakuvisi umwili OU edhitwe atesa kuita Gachagua kana Kindiki akete kwa ofisini vala wito wa ikwani ukamanika chumwa kiitwa kwa tano sungio wa kutua kukwatikana nilivoti ya ikombe ya siasa na ke Benjamin Mwaka.
When you look at the speed at which Rigathi Gachagua is being held in that office, it's like the story of Simon Makonde. You remember that story? One who died, who was born on Monday and by Sunday was buried.
Munino wa president wanyuviwe kula ni bitu na aidho kiritu Rigathi Gachagua ni wende kuitana njana uthatu wa president famwena mbunge mbatuka nunesia koti itina kungudhulwa kuma kivilani mbewa chumwa kimwe kivitu. Gachagua nolo wavetangwe kuma otonguine ni mbunge ya seneti esvitali nwa Karen kuisila mawakili make chumwa kiicho ndhe matindi mbewa bench asili atatuma makwani kukilia makulyo yulwa kuvetango kwake kuma kivilani na undu ikwani ya ile kuithukiwa no kana akwate haki.
As long as the bench has been appointed by the Chief Justice who has declined to follow the fair process for purposes of appointment of the various judges to sit, there cannot be a valid appointment.
We were not treated fairly. We were accused, we are playing to the gallery. As a result of the accusations and indictment that we are playing to the gallery, what effectively ended up being glossed over is the question of is a question of our own submissions.
If at this time we have some people who feel very strongly in the camp because they may not get justice before you are told, please walk out. Don't continue to get accused.
Muvuavwano yuni wende kuikumbila ofisi wa munini wa president vala onaitina wa koti kuungamia serikali ya vidhiola utwe ministers sewanthini Professor Kithure Kindiki umwana mivango yonde akuwete sulembi ofisini ome wathukumi chumani ki athukumi yonde ala mana iungua Gachagua ni mana ungamiwe wea na kusiwa mariko nyana uthukumi ofisini
I am aware that a judge seated in Kirogoya, another one seated in Milimani, gave conservatory orders staying the proceedings of the Senate, which effectively means I'm deputy president. But the president, in total violation of the court orders, viciously, with due security around me, again, to cripple the functions of my office, he ordered through the head of public service, Felix Koskei, that all officers in my office be sent on compulsory leave. Last night, all vehicles assigned to officers who work under me were impounded to cripple the office of the Deputy President. I don't understand this level of viciousness to a man who have been your deputy, who helped you to become president.
Mbatu kanuni sia koti mawakili mwa Gachagua ni manalianle na undu beji ya majaji hata tuile kesi ya kwani yake undu ya nyuviwe na kele Gachagua enda asili hata tumama kwani makwanywe na angi eo mayonso udhukumio aiweta maimunenga aki kwani ne yake.
We would be satisfied if you read them even verbatim so that the world knows that these are your complaints against the bench.
It reads as follows. Whereas I was not aware of the relationship between the Honorable Justice Mrima, who is among the three judges in this matter, and the fourth respondent, that is Kingi, it has been brought to my attention that the Honorable Judge and the fourth respondent, Speaker of the Senate, are very close friends as demonstrated as we are under. 1. The respondent attended the wedding ceremony of the judge and they took a photograph with him. In a post on social media, he indicated,
Please accede to recusing yourselves so that another bench can be set up to adjudicate those issues.
Maunungu nisio ala maneki wetheka onde na Gachagua yu eweta nukuikia vilu bewe kwani kwambia kwithukiwa wakele.
The applications for recusals are hereby disallowed. The said applications in one above are hereby fixed for hearing on 29th of October 2024 at 10 a.m. in this court. Leave to appeal is hereby granted.
Ikulyo na yuni we ula wetu aketi kwa ofisini ono ni Gachagua kana ni Professor Kindiki. Ofisi wa Minnesota wandini ulotuye Kindiki ona wene muthei kumana wa kilingi siki kiende na yu ayumbe vumana speaker mbungeni akati Moses Wetangula meenda koti inenge ndayo nyuviwo wa kumwetanga Gachagua na kumvitukivya Kindiki kwa samwana wake.
282 members of parliament against 44 said Kenya must change. In the Senate, 53 senators against 13 said Kenya must change. Surely, numbers in a democracy must have meaning.
Sasa kuongeza maneno mingi, nataka kuambia tu wanatharakanizi mbele iko sawa.
Na vakuve mwai umoyu maundu ao onde maende President William Ruto nda isakwe konya na unenanya ukwa umelu atio ethitwe evinda imwe kuthienge hailumililia ndembanitio na vanini kwe konya na uteti vamwe na ateti mena agenda ya mwaniko.
We are one people and Kenya is one united, indivisible and sovereign nation. Tumesema hatutaki siasa ya ukabila. Hatutaki siasa ya migawanyiko. Hatutaki siasa ya ubaguzi. Tunataka tuungane kama watu wa taifa moja.
Nilivoti ya ikumbia siasa nilivoti ya Vilingi wa Mauvoo kumava kaunti ni Ilovi. Nye nito Benjamin na Mwakam.
Musaisia mwendo kwa kuthingilela livoti su ya ikumbia siasa sieleleka mwendoni wa saa 3 nukwithi wanake Erastus Kithuku wa Nzomo ndini wa kilungu cha ikumbi ya siasa. Tuisonga nambe ene thika undini ya Kitui maweta kana vana inavata munene wa serikali nene kuisila muvia wa witi na wima wa mwene ndi kwamba kuelesia mwene ndi nesa yulu wa walaniomo wakati sia uiti wa sha mbe wa kumadhami siavo. Ene ndi asuni maweta kana mainesa kuelewa ni udhukumi wakati sunza usia sha na yuma inde na kukwata maumbu ndini wa ndivisia uiti kumana na mawaliuku asu bala matula serikali muti kwa kosa matambi asu na kumeanisia kwa mituki mwene ndi atena umani wa kuyana na kwenda serikali yeke kutoa maundu maudhukumi kwa Kithui na kuatia mitalatala ila ya ilete ya kukonia mwenendi. Onesmus Chalo nukutuelezea.
Enembe wa kauntini ya Kitui na alamanena na Mutongo TV ni maweta kana vana inavata munene wa serikali kuisila muvea wa uiti yambe kumele sinesa kukonya kati nzao ya uiti ya sha mbe wayo kwa mbea kutumeka.
Ivye kuma kwa NHF Ithi kindu giki kwitwa sha twinacheleswa ni chao na twikisi ikuma kwa NHIF vandu vala twisi tutwaya kwa kindu tutesi vandu vuvena vina serikali kitheno sie vinda ikoko twelesya sha ni chao ni kenda tumanya kana twikala kwa NHIF kana tuthi kwa sha ithi sha tuomienda noto twemesi ukenda kindu utesi ata tuomienda
enendeni maweta kana maundu ma uiti mena maumu kumana kuvindwa kwa mivango iya uiti
hospitali mundu aitwa na payu utethio mundu no kwata nundu tunavunite NHIF nukwitha ni kuthukuma bukwabu mana tusenzesie kindu kino kwa mituki na wethe ana mendo mena afundiswa mena amanyiwa makakitikila na malasimithwa kutransfer wakuma kwa NHIF mpaka malika kwa chaina na ndio thukuma andu makaitoka ya kuma hospitali na andu makeye kumia kuri kulia enenzi tu malei twithe na maandamano maingi makali kenda kindu kino wethe ni twakilea nu twakeo tutwanai utongo yuno tuyo kwenda wa kulazimithwa maundu kwethe twika maundu tukunathwa maundu kwa kulazimithwa maundu matomanithwa mwene nthi kwa twina wo mwingi na tutupoya atu tungie NHIF itu ithukuma undu ina thukuma
ingiri maweta kana mainamba kwelwa muvango umwe wa uiti wa sha na vanai na vata wa kwamba kwelewa maelewe na esambe wa kwambia kutumika nundu mene vinda yumwe la matambuka hospitali na kwenda kuiva uiti maitumia kadi sio
kuma kwa NHIF na kukutwa kwitwa sha nyeta kwa ni member wa NHIF na ndikuwa ni mwana yala tukwitwa kindu kiki kwitwa sha ndiye zetu nomizo kwa NHIF hata tunatwa kwa sha na tunatwa makosa ma NHIF na tunamba kwose webinda tukaelezwa isha yetu kumata na nicho chao
na wiyovom nimeenda mamanyikanilo vili nendhini wa kadi ya NHIF siovo kana nithamiwe kwa lanyoni umwe wa sha
tukwenda serikali itutavye wasi yulo wa sha yukie nundu mwene kindu kingi mwene nzi ethi basi vitali akadini alo mindo ya tene NHIF abikabu eminenga na yewa ndio tumika na mwene nzi aidha anu nevite NHIF na mbezi zu nevite yutu yoma nae mbezi mu transfer ba kwa sha kana mbeza zero ziwa mana ku serikali nina mukulia kwa ate inandaya withie ni mwasovya maundu isaidi ya mwene nzi ndanaumika na mwene nzi ni wethi aezi maundu ndo mabwa
Tilivota Vilingi Mauvoo Mutongo TV Neto Onesmus Chalo
kuvikia vamo seisa mwendo atamba kwa saudhumu wa munini ntusokethete na Mauvoo yange ndukathi vasa
Kithimi cha siasa kijisa kuungama katikati nonginya cheke ngaliko emwe kwikutetea chama na kuokea makangaliko yaku
ile hatukukubaliana tukaweka wazi ni juu ya gharama ya maisha
kwikuna kithui na ngathio nisio nthei
umuthi nona president ula wibo wetwa William Ruto we mwene aitangazia kana ndi mukuka kuungamana Kalonzo nyumbani usiongeke okay
si mimi nitashindana na Kalonzo huyu Kalonzo kweli mkiona na
usumbio wibo yake kumi
mabetio saa sionthe metha mamwingo yongi kumba wakete me na kulea valea wa mundu akanyenya muthanga.
Nothing will come out of those talks is a waste of time. I am telling you as Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya.
Tila isi kumanya ulokuweta uwo na ulokuweta ubungu nundu sionthe utavawa usiaitwe metho vate kuvenia.
Ngiwena ya kutinda tuweleti twaitie kopas ya indhei tigwo.
Nenda urabia kana tuweka hatua tusumbikawa kuma wake imani kuma mwandani miaka yonthe tene na tene ginaela Yesu ukoka
mundu kunene Kalonzo atuke president esi neza pi ukamba niyo nopo pe mundu ngitambaki utamukunea kula aba lokana kula yake
Eliza ingi kikuchabika ithano kaguma muti uthi ukwade yo ndeka tenda lukaika itenda lukite mikegezo kimandeka kwa na kini chongona chukwika katika Kenya kwanza
wai muthenya unomu Kalonzo waungamana ndeto yake akasia umundi niendete theveni na akaungamana chua nena ekiangia ya Rivers
atupangwiki safari hii
kusisi oteo vanini ni wakuwa niwa ukwasi na waliku
so it's time
We pulled back from Kalonzo. Let him walk alone. He wants to walk alone.
These things are never given. They are grabbed.
Mimi niko tayari tuwe na ofisi kubwa ya kiongozi wa upinzani, tuweke pesa ya serikali.
Kazi yetu ni kuwanyorosha.
Uisua njukuzi ya mundu utakwene nonginya wikale uwitie muwi ndukese kuoneka ata ukwetie kuia siasa ne kila mundu akula siati ni ya kipo
pai maitha ma kilevi uteti
nayo ni kendoye ikumbi yichao komana nake Erastus Kithuku Wanzomo kilungu ni cha ikumbi ya siasa kila wachumwa kwambi ya saa 3 cio tuku pa Mutongoi TV na Mutongoi FM ngwatanio ya Mukamba. Maisha ni matonya kuvyuvia indi wi mundu wina akili nonginya withe wisi kwamba masinga
ini sio dhambia mumba ngathambia ona ikoni ngathambia ona wenda ciana ithambie no nito muthambia ona nguku ona ng'ombe ona masivia kila kindu chonde ona kuo wendegwa no thambia
baikindu kithonokete kutata na windi wa kwiyailia maishani
kudhama kasilia kamwe usoni gwa mwambio la museo nuta umeona tabateke esilia lile mwolene mwokama katika masilia 10
maunduni maku onthe ekithia nusongete nambe nundu vamwe vatua wanevia
tausi wana hithi bandu batekindua mama usio ina pesa baje wina ka point ikana nake kamundie kaela no kamundede kale kombina mundu
saingi mundu novita cia matambia maishani na aivaluka indi kusindwa kwa uo ni kuendeya kwikala pala wavalukila ni kuyati kithethesyo kimuka na vayutuku utachesa
Otiwo dimbo Kowe ni nyone ni komye kowe ati magwa ni dio mabiara ake mama wewe ndo akanite
Kase tumwisinesa ni musoli na nika mundu kamitulio na kwichocha kase abikie bauata tuyawa mbuinzao ya yeneke kase ni woneke abilani ambia na babindwa tutambanie na kase itambia kwetambia kila wachumwa wambe ya saili na nusu siaweyo pa Mutongoi TV ngwataneo ya Mukamba.
Musese witu mwendwa Mutongoi TV ni avwila ukambani na yakwata nzeve ya luma na watu mevusa ye kufikia mamilioni ma andu alama tosia isi ya kila muthenya kwa kutangasithia biasala waku kana kumanithia alama evasa ila mwendo waku watutia kwisila imanithia sia iku kwa Mauvoo yange tufikia kwisila nambani ya simu noti imwe ina kenda ile na 3 kana ututume email kwisila sales@mutongoitv.co.ke. Mutongoi TV ni yongwatanio ya Mukamba tukwatanie twaile biasala situ.
No withukisya Mutongoi FM wibala ui kwisila app ya Mutongoi FM na ila itumia bundles ni nivyo lika kwa Google Play Store kana App Store udownload app ya Mutongoi FM kana ulike kwa www.mutongoifm.co.ke. Mutongoi FM ngwataneo ya Mukamba.
Nikalivungi musesa mwendwa nikaenda tusonge nambe kundi ya Kenya ikwatiania na Vilingi kulilikana muthenya wa occupation therapy kana muthenya wa movisa mawiti alama tethe cia enende kuciokia mikalile yo ya tene vamwe na ciana itina wou kana mbanga kwa kilungu kinene muno movisa mawiti nemenda ciana isisuma la wai kwitene ni kana kukwata utethio Betty Giana ulani nya wa ciana ina ila isiaitwe na thina usu wa kiliko kana autism ni emenda kana enda muthenya u uililikanwa serikali yikia mawalani ma kutethe siasa yala mena ciana isu makakwata wamba ukiukwati nundu wangalama yeyulu ya kuya ciana isu sina uwau wa autism. Daniel Mongelani watumbani cia Mauvoo
va musini wa usuvia ciana ila cithea na thino wa mesile kana kiliko autism Chasend Albans Autism Center Nivotwithia na Betty Jane ulaninya wa ciana ina ila cisetwe na thina ucu na walasimikie kusomea maundu ma occupational therapist itina wa ciana ciake kwitha isetwe na thina ucu na asauvya musio wa usuvia ciana ila ciuciawa na thino.
This is D.
Mauvoo Betty elicekana ona kutwiga ciana ciake ciasaiwe na mathina acu numinite kuivundisya mikalile ila itona kwikala na ikavua kuma thinani ucu wa autism na yu ikaendea na masomo mo undu vailite.
I started when my son, I was told my firstborn could not learn, but within a very short time he was able to catch up, and within 2 years he did 4.5 academic years. He's now in a national school and doing very well. He's the kind of student who is also supports the teacher. Sometimes he will be able to carry on a lesson and train his peers in things, difficult things like chemistry and physics. Yeah, so these children are very bright. My other son also fully recovered. He's the kind of child by 5 years could talk about parts of the brain and what they do. And could name names of moons. Not just the planet, but the name of the moons on that planet. It's not a regular 5-year-old who will have that kind of ability. Another one, I trained him and had delayed speech and is able to, by 4 or 5 years, could tell the entire periodic table, all the 118 elements of the periodic table.
Thino nutonekana ukavetwa etha si nimeumilia ciana cioku itene itavikite miaka monza ikavundiwa kunena be ona wa kuthima skulu ni nundu etha ivina ciana ithi kuvundiwa cia mina uvituka miaka monza.
So one of the things that we normally recommend, I normally recommend to the parents, and also I would recommend it to the lawmakers, it's more important for a child to learn how to use the toilet, learn how to feed themselves, learn how to talk. Once they do that, yes, nice. Once they learn how to do that, they can catch up on education. But imagine you have education, but you're in diapers. Which office will you work in? Will you go to high school in a diaper? No. So what happens to those children? They fall out along the way. Now, other children, they end up not learning how to talk. But they can write. They've gone to a regular school. They are integrated. They can write, yes. They can do all these things, but they end up never catching up on speech. So life becomes very difficult for them later on because speech, you know, speech is very key. You're better off talking than even being able to write.
Weukaivindani na nthi yonthe ya kwatiania kutania muthino wa kulikana mauvisa ma uiti ala mavunde ya ciandu kuciokia mikalile yo ya tene itina kwitha maciaitira mathina kanone itina wa mbanga kana occupational therapist day wala yu serikali ende na okulwa ikwate mbau kithito cha ciana mena ciana cina thino wa autism nundu kwikala na ciana isu ni ngalama muno na cingi ni maende na uvinyi wa kiukwati.
I could not afford therapy. For example, Kenyatta, it was unaffordable because it's 2,000 a session. If the child needs 2 different therapies, that is 4,000. If you have to do that therapy every day, how many parents can afford about 80,000 a month for therapy alone without transport? It's hard. Yes. So, and the resorts here at St. Albans have been amazing. We have a serious challenge with transport. So that is one area I'm looking for a donor who can at least help us, or someone, a person of goodwill.
Daniel Mwonkela, Mutongo TV, kumova kisizeni cha St. Alba Autism Center, kila kimavuko kauntini ya Masako.
Tuilekanya na Mauvoo Susan Nyamosi ulani diyo kumaka ngundo kaundini ya Masako ni umisi wakanyo kuyenende maiketi kile kwa kamyako ya kutua kana permanent structures kithekane tama vindu kila kiungu wa mutito wa katunga kuyeka ngundo ya yulu anenie kieti na ukomana na enende makisio kiko mandanzamo ya kuungamia maundu makisio kila kinenganito ni silikali kuikiwa miako ya vatata masukulu na makanisa kila enende mendekethia chambe kwa kisioni kini kiwanza cha madhau kana mbombaneo boni muti na Mauvoo.
Nene wasusa nyamosi wokahaiti na wanza keimu kuma kuyenende kana vya menda usakireka ki utena miao na kuithwa kite cha mundu endike nanganitwe kutaithia enende mayesi kwa hata vya mwende na ikia wala nyo wakukikia wiyo kana kuchosa
peke theka cha serikali kibo cha chosetwe kinambia ufenziwa ni latu noni jambia ufenziwa ni tuna race ya alam mwaka tunaikwa ndio tunalieti osaitis na kumunde nitwashukuru nundu ndisini watu ndio wake na ningokala sindu isu sia saubwa nitwasofu lakini bio kula kumwe kwa tiala nundu be makanisa mebo na makanisa su ona baidhi mwezi na title deed.
Kulikuwa na watu wamekuja kwa DCC waka-complain wakasema kuna mtu amekuja amegrab public land na amefence. So tukapanga tukue na public baraza ndio tujue shida iko wapi. Tumekuja hapa leo tukaongea na wananchi wale ambao walikuja kulalamika wakatoa malalamishi yao na yule ambaye alishtakiwa pia ametoa ameongea na ametoa document ya kuonyesha shamba alipatiwa na Masaku County Government. Na sasa alikuwa katika process ya kusubdivide na fence shamba yake. Lakini kuna malalamiko hapo mahali ana fence kuna church iko ndani ya shamba ambalo amepatiwa.
Kila malasimika kweka ni kusovya nzama ya kuungamia kitheka kika na kisio kila kinenganiro cha ekata 5 nokana kuikithia kana kina alikelo nanza itembailu na mitalatala yonde ya miaone ya tewa vaikithukana ni chethwa kiutegyo kuienende.
So tumekubaliana kama community to form a committee that will represent all the members of the community, all the 5 villages in Mavindu, Mbilini sublocation, tuende kwa ofisi ya Deputy County Commissioner, tukae chini na stakeholders na the county government representatives kwa sababu wao ndio walipatiana hiyo title, so that tuambie kama zile document ambazo zimekuwa produced zilitoka kwa ofisi yao. Na there was also a complaint shamba ambayo amefence the community nasema imeenda more than 5 acres ile ambayo inasemekana alipewa. So after we have that meeting with the community and the county government, we will have a county surveyor to come to the ground and ascertain.
Vanya mosi imenda enende maiketi kile kuosa matambi makwa kamiako ya kutua kana ya kuikala vati na tene kwithwa kitheka kikite cha mundu na kitaile kwa namwe na serikali nayo ikanenga nutwe wa kila kikako kiwanzaniki.
Otherwise the area is calm na tumesema wasijenge permanent structures kwa public land unless they are authorized or given titles.
Enendela mefikite va maendekethia makiwe kiwanzo cha mumbano kana cha mathau kwithwa isithithia wana thina wa iwanza na ithwa kiwanza kini kiusovwe kitonya ithwa kwimune kukuo kana kwia muikala mekwisio nithi nengu kile maundu mainengo na ukwati wa kisio ki
governor wa vina na ni wa vuruveiye kwasia kitheka kini peikiwa complex center training for higher attitude nundu ba ni top ni ba patolu kiuni kya bitu kithiwe ni governor ko wila tunoni chambia offense zitu nethiwe na maundu maingi maunena indi nundu ni twetikila naju andu acio ethani makanisa thikane wekai o ile itatu ni sawa sawa na indi kiwanza kila kingi kithiki wa sindu ila inge community ikwenda na yo community ni asia kiwanza chambe quick kutemwa isu yo aya ila nene wizaidi ya nitwambia ukitumia
kaundi na Masaku kumakangundo ya yulunya ni toboni mutisia.
Tanzia imwe ya kuikia mawaliu kuma avungwa 25 kuma yelani ya kamete ni mali kwa ndeni wangwatanyo ya aume CMA Catholic Men Association kelelo ni cha kusuvika na kukwata mautao ivindani ya kudhocha iseso ye mwandiki mutini ndeni wa State Department of Correctional Services Mrs. Salome Beko ni wadhingilela ni kuidhi twenda namba 4 ya avungwa na monoma aume uisi anisiana alama akavala yu yela yuji na aume ngili 5 na kenda na akangilili. Yesu atakuwa mifungo Bwana
tunamrudishia shukrani tena. Bwana awe nanyi. Nimewazaa upya.
Are at committee medium where we were commissioning 27 new members of the CMA, and it was a very, very beautiful and colorful ceremony. And the reason why we were commissioning them is so that they can live the motto of CMA, that a just family produces a just society, a good society, which in turn produces a good church. We have embarked on serious reforms in the correctional services, and one of those reforms is spiritual welfare. Idea is that these men that we are reforming and we are rehabilitating will go out there, go back to their churches, become active members of the CMA in their respective churches, and in turn become responsible members of society. We have about 59,000 men in prisons as opposed to 2,900 women in prisons. And the beautiful thing is that we borrow from the founder of Faraja Foundation, Father Peter, who ensured in his lifetime that all the 46 women prisons have beds. We need to align ourselves to the Mandela rules, of which we are signatories. And these Mandela rules are to the effect that all prisoners should live in humane, safe and secure conditions. And one of those elements of safe and humane and secure conditions is that they sleep on beds. We have found in our visits to all prisons that when the men sleep on mattresses on the floor, the mattresses wear out very fast. And so I challenged the Catholic Men Association to embark on a program of he for he and ensure that we have beds in all our 137 prisons, particularly all the male prisons.